Do you have a picky eater? One of the biggest struggles we have is getting our kids to eat. And not just eating, but eating the right kind of food. You know, we always think in our mind, oh, our kid's gonna love vegetables and fruits and it's gonna be great and they're not gonna eat too much processed food and bread and carbs and sugar and all of that, until you have the child and they tell you, no, I'm not eating any of that healthy stuff because it smells weird, looks weird, it's a weird color, and I'm not touching it. And then all of a sudden you find yourself saying things you swore you were never going to say. Pretty soon, those chicken nuggets and that handful of goldfish become your lifeline. I wish I had an answer to the picky kid eater dilemma, but I don't. I have 2 boys. Both of them are what's considered high functioning level 1s on the autism spectrum. And so many parents who have those special kiddos run into this problem, the picky food, the food battle. My oldest lived on goldfish and chicken nuggets for almost a whole year. I was convinced the kid was going to turn orange. When he went on his first cruise at the age of 4 and all of a sudden was pointing to all these different foods and willing to try them. And he came home off that boat with a newfound love of food and has become my foodie and is just about willing to eat anything as long as it looks good to him. He has a real thing about plating and making sure that the food looks appetizing. So as long as it looks good, he's going to eat it. Meanwhile, I wish that was the case for his little brother. He still eats like a toddler. He lives on chicken nuggets, macaroni and cheese, grilled cheese. I can't get him to try anything new. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. I wish the same rule had applied to him. While I've got one who eats steak and Caesar salad every chance he gets, got another one eating a grilled cheese. Which is why cooking at night has become such a challenge. And I know a lot of parents out there say the same thing. You know, oh, I'm making 14 meals. Oh, everybody wants something different. I've always tried super hard to not do that. I will tweak stuff if there's something I just know. If I can get 3 out of the 4 people in my house to eat something, I consider that a huge win. If I just have to adjust something for 1, then that's a victory in my book. A little change. My boys don't like food mixed together. Again, one of their many quirks. So I cook theirs separate. While me and my husband, we may not mind the food items being mixed in together. I'll have a separate pan for us, but then break up the food items and put it separate for the kids. At least we are all eating along the same lines. I just have enough pots and pans out to where it looks like I'm cooking for an army and not the 4 of us. It's these little concessions that sometimes we have to make in order to survive. And it all circles back to the grace that I talked about in my video last week. Are you giving yourself enough grace? Just because your kid is not eating a salad or all of his broccoli or Brussels sprouts, is it really the end of the world? What I've done, instead of pushing and having that constant food battle, my thing that I push is vitamins. I push supplements to make sure they're getting everything in that they're not eating. They take fish oils, they take an immune boost, they take a daily, along with several others. I do that because if you're not going to eat your nutrition, at least you're getting it one way or another. To me, that is a win because I'm just trying to do the best I can until their taste buds change. As we get older, as we grow, our tastes change. When we used to eat something as a kid and we would eat it until we were sick, then you put it aside for a couple of years and then you might come back to it. Well, the same can be said. Just because you think ketchup is a vegetable today does not mean that you won't like sliced tomatoes on your sandwich tomorrow. We evolve, we change, we grow. So don't worry if that food battle feels like you're pushing that boulder up a hill. Just keep reminding yourself, here in a couple of years, it's going to change. They're gonna be willing to eat something else. My youngest, who eats like a toddler, also has fallen in love with sushi, which is kind of ironic and kind of funny, but he loves white rice and a piece of salmon laying across it, completely raw. He will eat that all day long. He will also eat nothing more than a cheese quesadilla off the kids' menu at the Mexican restaurant. So just keep this in mind. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some time. It does not have to be the end of the world that they're not eating their broccoli. Just make sure they are getting their nutrition in somewhere. Thank you for listening this long. I hope you like what I've had to say today on picky eaters and food. If you didn't, leave me a comment. Let me know. What are you doing different? I want all of us to grow and share together. These are just my opinions. So please share, like, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.